I'm here with Richard and Nicole, and we're going to be talking about what they do when they're feeling flat, when they're feeling like they might feel like they're going to quit. What are they going to do to stir themselves up, to encourage themselves in the Lord? So we've been talking as a church about this whole concept, and there are things that you can do. In fact, there are things you need to do and be ready to do whenever you're facing these times. So Richard and Nicole, we're particularly talking about something that they talked about that goes beyond the fact of, what I can do myself. Sometimes we say, I've got my favorite scripture, or I've got this worship music I listen to, things that I do, which is really helpful, especially, when you're, sort of feeling a bit isolated, you can actually pull on those. But you both mentioned something which takes a different approach to it, is when I'm not looking into myself, to my own resources, I actually pull on the resources of those around me to help encourage me, which is a really useful thing to do, to realize, it's not all just about what you've got. Sometimes you can pull on those around you. So Nicole, what was the thing that you said, one of the things you do when you're, feeling flat?
So one of the things that I do, and I think especially because I'm a very social person, I really like to have that interaction with people. And if I am feeling, and obviously, again, this is just one thing. So
Yeah.
some other days I might do it differently, but some days you're just feeling a bit flat, and you don't almost feel like you have the energy to pull something out of yourself.
Yeah.
Or even I might be trying to say the right words, but hard for my brain to believe what I'm saying or something like that. So what I tend to do is then I'll send a message, maybe to the group that I'm in at church or to some close friends at church, and say, hey, just letting you know, such and such is happening with us, or we're in need of this and that. Can you guys all believe in prayer with us, that it's going to turn out, or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be? And for me, I just get so much encouragement then from getting that message back from somebody saying, yep, for sure, we're going to pray with you. We'll agree with you on that God's going to turn it around. And then all of a sudden that feeling that I'm connected with people, and it's not just me trying to convince myself, but all of a sudden we're all in this together, we're all believing God together, we know it's going to turn out, and I just find that a real encouragement for me, when I'm able to reach out to other people and just get that connection, and be able to encourage myself by, I guess, uniting with other people with that.
That's awesome, and well done for having prepared a group of people. Not prepared sounds a bit weird, but for having developed with your life group and people that you feel comfortable that you can open when I'm feeling a bit flat, I'm feeling going through this tough time. You've got a group of people there you can share with, and know that they're not going to just give you pity and give you empathy, but they're actually going to give you encouragement and stand with you, and that will help you. So well done for having a group of people around you that you can have that openness to. That's some people become so isolated that then they don't know who to share, and then they just put maybe on Facebook, help me, and then it goes to 1,000 people and you get no real help. So that's really good. Richard, you also shared something you did, which is a bit like Nicole. You've got scriptures and things like that, but sometimes you're not sure. You just feel so flat. But you actually shared something which no one else did, which was really good.
Yeah, so certainly I do use scriptures, and I will use worship and other things like that. But sometimes you're just not feeling inspired. You're not feeling like you can, or I certainly go through this where I feel I can't be bothered thinking of a scripture. I just don't feel capable of pulling something out. But what I could do is I listen to the last week's sermon. So our sermons are online. They're available through Facebook and YouTube and other
Yeah,
things.
go to our website, and you go to the very bottom, and our YouTube channel is there. Click on that, and then all our sermons there from YouTube.
Yeah, so I can go and watch last week's sermon, and I don't need to feel inspired to do that. I usually skip the worship.
Yeah, well,
We don't have it on YouTube, I don't think, but
No,
on
we
Facebook one sometimes. But I skip the worship if it's there and go straight to the message, and then what Pastor Peter or whoever's sharing is sharing on, I can then connect with that, and that'll have something in it that I can say, yeah, I agree with that. I believe in that. And that can start that process of, yeah, now I'm feeling a little bit inspired. Now I can think of a scripture. Now I can connect again. But I don't have to do the thinking. All I have to do is listen, because the resource is actually already available to me, and it's just like, here you go. It's like, someone asks you to prepare dinner or something like that, and you go, I don't feel like cooking anything. But someone has actually chopped up all the ingredients and put it all in the kitchen.
You can just
the
put it in the
oven's on.
microwave. You can do this. You can put it together.
Exactly right. It's all ready to go. So you don't have to, I guess, create anything inside. You can just say, yep, I'm going to latch onto that and pull that in. I'm going to use that to stir myself up rather than just try and create something from scratch.
Well, there's two great examples of different things you can be doing. Nicole reaching out to friends, opening up and saying, can you be standing with me? And the words that they give encouragement and build your strength. And Richard, just using last Sunday's sermon, not necessarily saying, I find a sermon on encouragement, just using that topic, and it could be on something different, but it will spark something in him and get his faith stirred up. So well done to you both. I really appreciate you having those for not if you're having times of discouragement, for when you have times of discouragement. I hope that's encouraged you. God bless you.